Hello everybody, this is Capri in Final Fantasy, and I would like to show you what I'm selling right now. I'm using an alt because I don't want to mix numbers up and stuff like that because I'm constantly restocking and blah blah blah. So I'm going to show you on an alt, and I'm going to let you see my wealth build over the next couple months from doing, stupid stuff like testing different markets and bringing you along with me. In preparation for this video, I went ahead and purchased a whole bunch of dye from the dye monger in the major city of Ul'dah. There's a dye monger in every city, Gradena and Limsa Lenosa, and they all offer the same dyes, so don't worry about that detail. I bought 5 of every kind, and I spent roughly about 7,000. I actually spent 6,640, but we'll calculate it as 7,000 gil. So now you see me hanging out with my retainer, and I'm starting to list my dyes up. I am not worrying about undercutting. In fact, I'm actually matching prices, if not overcutting. If somebody has a wonky stack that just doesn't look right, don't worry about it. Overcut them. If somebody's ultra cheap, like 300 gil undercutting, put your auction up for the price of the one above it, and it will still sell because you'll be the next in line when the cheap stuff sells. You're probably noticing that I'm listing these dyes in stacks of 5, and really looking back at it, I really should have listed them in stacks of 2s and 3s. When I was testing this theory on my main, that's what sold the fastest. So you decide what you want to do. You can list up like three listings of every kind of dye and be like a stack of 2, a stack of 3, and a stack of 5, and they'll sell. There are other ways to get dye as well. You can try, I believe the Amajal vendors have dye as well. I don't have a combat class high enough to go check that out, but if you know that they sell dye, try flipping that as well. I'm staying away from crafted dyes right now because everybody's farming and crafting like maniacs, and I'll just let them have those markets for a little bit until they give up. That, and I am not putting that much effort into, something that people are smashing down the prices worse than mashed potatoes. I guess the whole point of that whole rant was don't worry about smashing down prices. If it's decently and fairly priced, you don't need to worry about it. It will sell. And let's just say something's just way too cheap to even bother with, say, such as iron ore right now. The prices of iron ore got smashed to bits recently. It's actually being listed for 14 gil per unit. When I was used to selling it at 90 gil per unit, I don't think so. I am not taking that. So I'm going to sit on my supply of iron ore for a while and wait for the prices to stabilize again. The economy is in a lot of disarray right now, and that's because everybody's trying to liquidate what they have so they can afford their FC houses. When people start getting their houses, expect prices to stabilize. And another point I would like to make is that if you do have untied, unpromised gil right now, consider investing in, say, a basic mat such as iron ore or bomb ash, and sit on it until the prices stabilize as well, because they're ultra cheap right now, and expect prices to go back up. So, and that's another form of flipping. Personally, I have been investing in diorite web, and that's because, well, one, I know somebody who's about to level their weaver, so if they need it, I can just pass it on to them, and it didn't hurt hardly at all. And, when the prices stabilize, I'm going to be making 60, 70 gil per unit profit or more. Alright, so in the video I am almost done listing, and I think I just gave you like 15 different ideas of ways you can make gil or gil in the future or whatever. So let's get into the actual picking up my gil from 22 hours later, I think it was. So yeah, the next day I come back and I looted 37,570, but we'll calculate it as 35,000. Minus the 7,000 I invested into the vendor dyes, and I made a total profit of 28,000 gil. Not bad for 5 minutes work, and quite literally my first listing other than trash from my main. I would like to thank you for watching my video, and I would love it if you would come back and watch my video about fishing, which I'm planning on doing tomorrow.